Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, right? You grab your coffee, you go to check your business metrics, and you find out that your local foot traffic just it just dropped by like 50% overnight.
Just completely fell off a cliff.
Exactly. Your phones, they aren't ringing. You haven't changed your marketing. Your services are, as good as they've ever been, and your storefront looks totally fine. But suddenly, to a huge portion of your potential customers, you are practically invisible.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And this is not some, dystopian science fiction scenario. This is happening right now to local businesses. And it's all because an artificial intelligence assistant decided they don't exist.
It's a really brutal reality check for a lot of business owners right now. I mean, we are currently seeing this fundamental rewiring of how consumers actually find local services.
Right.
And if your digital presence isn't optimized for how these new AI systems, think, you're going to be left out of the conversation completely. The whole criteria for being found, it's entirely changed.
So on that note, welcome to episode 26 of Online Marketing Tips, Tricks, and Secrets, the podcast by Guild Media. So excited for this one. Today is it's a deep dive into our latest internal Guild Media blog content.
Yeah, we've got some really great stuff to get into today.
We really do.
Yeah.
So if you've been noticing a shift in how you personally search for things online recently, like moving away from scrolling through 10 pages of blue links and instead just, asking an AI for a direct answer, well, you are living through the exact digital transition we're exploring today.
Absolutely.
Here at Guild Media, we've been obsessively tracking this shift inside our digital marketing lab. So the mission for this deep dive is to unpack exactly how AI search is radically altering local SEO and, more importantly, what you need to do to, survive and thrive in this new landscape.
And to really grasp the magnitude of this shift, I mean, we need to clarify what we're actually moving away from.
Right, the old way.
Exactly. For the last 2 decades, search engine optimization, or SEO, was fundamentally a matching game. If a user typed Toronto plumber into a search bar, the engine would just crawl the internet looking for websites that contain those exact keywords.
Literally just matching the words.
Right. While also tallying up how many other websites linked back to them as a vote of confidence. It was highly mechanical.
Yeah, very robotic. You type a phrase, the machine finds that phrase on a page, and you just get this massive list of blue links to click through.
And then you have to do all the work.
Exactly. You do all the legwork.
Uh-huh.
But before we can even talk about optimizing for AI, we have to understand how user behavior has fundamentally changed.
Yeah.
We are, moving entirely away from the what and diving deep into the how.
Yes. And what's fascinating here is that AI search isn't just a better, faster text matcher. It's not just a faster Google.
Right.
It is a completely different mechanism built on natural language processing, or NLP. It doesn't just read text. It attempts to understand human intent.
Which is wild when you think about it.
It really is. When a user interacts with an AI search tool today, they aren't typing robotic strings like "best plumber near me." They are speaking to their devices naturally, asking things like, who is the highest rated emergency plumber open right now?
Okay, let's break down the mechanics of that. How does the AI actually process a long conversational question like that differently than the old search engines did? Because to me, it feels like magic, but I know it's just math, right?
Oh, it's incredibly sophisticated math. Instead of looking for a web page that literally contains the sentence "highest rated emergency plumber open right now," the AI, it deconstructs your sentence into entities and constraints.
Okay, entities and constraints.
Yeah, so it parses the word emergency to mean you have an urgent issue, likely prioritizing businesses that offer 204/7 service.
Oh, wow.
Right. And then it understands open right now means it must cross-reference real-time business hours against the current clock.
So it's checking the time.
Exactly. Then it takes highest rated as command to aggregate and analyze review scores across, multiple platforms. It pulls data from all these different databases simultaneously, synthesizes the context, and generates a conversational direct answer.
The psychological shift in the user is huge here, honestly. I know my own habits have totally changed.
Oh, same here.
Like if a pipe bursts in my house at 2 in the morning, I am panicking.
Right.
I absolutely do not want to open 5 different browser tabs, cross-reference operating hours, and skim through 100 Yelp reviews to figure out who to call. I just expect the AI to do all that heavy lifting for me.
And that's exactly it. Users are increasingly intolerant of friction.
Yeah, we want it now.
Right. They expect the AI to act as an intelligent filter, instantly removing all the noise and presenting only the single most viable option based on those complex constraints we just talked about.
It feels less like using a phone book and more like talking to a highly connected hotel concierge.
Oh.
Yeah, like traditional search was like flipping through the yellow pages. You get a massive list of names, and you just have to guess who is actually reliable. But AI search is like walking up to the concierge at a five-star hotel and saying, I need a great steakhouse open late.
And they don't give you 50 options.
Exactly. The concierge doesn't hand you a list of 50 restaurants. They say, go to Luigi's down the street. I know the owner. They're open until midnight, and the ribeye is incredible. The AI is actively trying to be that concierge.
That is the perfect framework to view this through. Because if you are a local business and you want to be recommended by that digital concierge, you have to earn its trust.
And trust is everything.
It is. The AI is essentially putting its own reputation on the line when it gives a user a single definitive answer. If it recommends a plumber who turns out to be closed, the user loses faith in the AI tool.
Which the tech companies definitely don't want.
Exactly. Therefore, the AI relies heavily on off-site trust signals to make its decision.
Okay, let's unpack this because that brings up a huge question for business owners listening. Since the AI is doing all this synthesizing behind the scenes, how does it actually decide who makes the cut?
Well, it comes down to reputation management.
Right. In our Guild Media research, we talk constantly about the new currency of trust, specifically focusing on customer reviews. But surely the AI isn't just looking for a basic 5.0 star rating rate, because frankly, a rating is pretty easy to manipulate.
The AI knows that, which is why it goes layers deeper. It evaluates review quality, the frequency of new reviews, and how recent those experiences were. But the real magic happens in the text itself.
Brilliant.
The AI uses sentiment analysis to literally read the paragraphs your customers write.
So it's parsing the actual story the customer is telling, not just looking at the stars.
Precisely. It extracts specific data points from the narrative. If a customer writes, they arrived in 20 minutes and fits the leak under my kitchen sink, the AI tags your business entity with attributes like fast response time and kitchen sink repair.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, it builds this semantic, highly detailed profile of your capabilities based on what your local community is explicitly saying about you.
Okay, I have to push back here because I hear this from our Guild Media clients all the time.
Sure.
If the AI is reading every single word, what happens when it reads a negative review? Like a customer gets angry about traffic or a pricing misunderstanding, they leave a one-star review ranting about it, and the damage is done. Is there any actual technical reason for a business owner to spend their valuable time replying to someone who's clearly just upset?
That is a very common and honestly understandable frustration, but yes, there is a massive technical reason to respond.
Really?
Yeah, AI models are trained to recognize patterns of accountability. When a business owner responds to a negative review professionally and constructively, perhaps saying, "We apologize for the misunderstanding with the pricing. Please call our office so we can resolve this," the AI processes that interaction.
Wait, it actually understands that you, the owner, attempted to fix the problem.
It does. It maps the relationship between the complaint and the resolution attempt. Doing this proves to the AI that you are an active, accountable, real-world entity.
That is fascinating.
You aren't just a dormant, abandoned listing on the internet. Authentic reviews and your active engagement with them form the bedrock of AI recommendations. It signals to the algorithm this is a safe recommendation because this business actively manages its customer experience.
So you really can't just hide from negative feedback. You have to manage it to train the AI that you're responsible. And I imagine this ties directly into your Google business profile, right? That profile is essentially the digital ID card you present to the AI concierge.
And it is the primary signal, without question. A complete Google business profile establishes your baseline facts.
Right.
You must ensure your business hours are flawlessly accurate, your contact information is correct, and all your specific services are, clearly listed and categorized properly.
But the research points out this isn't just a set it and forget it task. You need to be regularly adding high-quality photos and updating posts.
Yeah.
Does an AI really care if a local roofer uploads a picture of a newly shingled roof?
It absolutely cares. Modern AI can actually analyze image content to verify you are doing the work you claim to do.
Seriously. It looks at the photos.
Yes, it can see what's in the image, but more importantly, regular updates signal recency and vitality. It tells the system, we are actively open for business today.
Ah, okay.
If your last photo upload was in 2021, an AI concierge is simply not going to risk recommending you to a panicked homeowner today.
So let's trace this path for the listener. Let's say your Google business profile is pristine. Your reviews are stellar, you're extracting great sentiment, and you've professionally replied to everyone.
Perfect scenario.
Right. The AI is intrigued. It thinks you might be the right recommendation. But then it visits your actual website to verify your expertise.
Oh.
What exactly is it looking for? Because we've established it's not looking for you to repeat the word plumber 50 times on the homepage.
And this is where a lot of older SEO strategies completely fall apart. Keyword-stuffed pages are dead.
Good riddance.
Exactly. When the AI crawls your site, it prioritizes genuine, helpful content that answers real human questions. It evaluates whether you actually possess the topical authority you claim to have off-site.
Here's where it gets really interesting to me. We are building these incredibly sophisticated, complex artificial intelligence machines,
Mhm.
and yet the only way to get them to favor your website is to make your content distinctively, unapologetically human?
Yeah,
Like it has to be educational and conversational rather than looking like a robotic list of search terms?
the irony is brilliant, isn't it? The more advanced the machine gets, the more it demands human authenticity.
It's kind of beautiful, actually.
It is. AI models are trained on human helpfulness. They want to see frequently asked questions, comprehensive service guides, local tips, how-to articles, and deep industry insights.
Our internal Gill Media blog post uses a great specific example for a local roofing company. In the old days, you just have a landing page titled Roofing Services and call it a day.
Right, and maybe a bulleted list of shingle types.
Yeah, exactly. But to impress an AI, what should that roofer be publishing?
They need highly specific educational content. Articles titled, How to Know When Your Roof Needs Replacing, or Signs of Storm Damage Homeowners Should Watch For.
Wait, isn't that counterproductive?
How so?
Well, if you teach the homeowner how to check for storm damage, are you just giving away your expertise for free? Why would they hire you?
Not at all. Think about the signal it sends to the AI. Publishing that content builds incredible authority.
Okay, I see.
It proves to the AI that you aren't just a transactional entity trying to sell a quick service. You are a genuine expert in your field who understands the actual nuanced problems your local customers are facing.
That makes a lot of sense.
This gives the AI immense confidence to recommend you. I always challenge businesses. Think about the unique questions your customers ask you every single day on the phone and turn those literal answers into website content.
And it's not just the words on the page, is it? The AI is also judging the container those words sit in, the actual user experience or UX.
UX is critical. The AI might be summarizing your text, but it evaluates how a human would experience your site. The site must load quickly. It absolutely must work flawlessly on mobile devices.
Because if that person with the burst pipe is searching on their phone at 2 in the morning and your site takes like 8 seconds to load, they're gone. And the AI knows that.
Exactly. High bounce rates signal a poor experience.
Right.
The site needs easy navigation, clear calls to action, and it should display trust signals right there on the homepage, things like testimonials, industry certifications, and local awards. A positive user experience supports both traditional SEO crawling and this new AI-driven visibility.
Okay, so let's say you have this incredibly helpful, human-centric content, a lightning-fast mobile website, and a stellar Google business profile. You're doing everything right. But what if your digital footprint across the rest of the internet is a fragmented mess?
That's a huge problem.
Like, what if your information doesn't match up? AI is incredibly smart, but it lacks human common sense.
Yeah, which brings us to the anchor of this entire strategy: absolute consistency and real-world community authority. Consistency is non-negotiable in the AI era.
Non-negotiable.
Yes, we are talking about your NAP, your name, address, and phone number, along with your website URL. These specific details must be completely identical across your Google business profile, local business directories, your social media platforms, industry listings, and local organizations.
You know, think of it like a bouncer at a really exclusive club.
Okay, let's hear it.
You walk up, and the bouncer asks for your ID. You hand them your driver's license, your passport, and a utility bill. But your middle initial is missing on the passport, and the address on the utility bill is your old apartment. Now, a human bouncer might ask you a few questions, put 2 and 2 together, and let you in.
Right, they use context.
Exactly. But an AI bouncer, it looks at those 3 conflicting documents, shakes its head and says, these data points don't match perfectly.
Right.
I cannot mathematically verify your identity, access denied. It just won't let you into the search results.
That is a highly accurate analogy. Inconsistencies destroy AI confidence. The machine relies on corroboration across the web.
It needs backup.
Yeah. If it finds conflicting data, it assumes the business is either closed, unreliable, or fraudulent. But beyond just cleaning up consistent data, you also need to actively build local authority. AI looks for proof that you actually matter in your physical community.
And how do you digitize real-world community involvement? Like, what does that footprint actually look like to an algorithm?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about digital associations. Are you partnering with local organizations, sponsoring community events, or a local Little League team?
Yeah.
If so, are those local organizations linking back to your website? Are you earning mentions in the neighborhood news blog or the local Chamber of Commerce directory?
So a link from a massive national directory might actually be less valuable for local AI search than a link from the small neighborhood bakery you partnered with for an event, because that local link verifies your physical geography.
Exactly right. These real-world community ties, documented online through local backlinks, are the ultimate proof to an AI that you exist, you are active, and you are trusted by the locals around you.
Wow.
You cannot fake authentic community integration, and the AI knows that.
Which leads me to a pretty dangerous assumption I've heard floating around recently.
Yeah.
With all this talk of conversational concierges, sentiment analysis, and community authority, it's really easy to sit back and think, wow, everything we used to do for technical SEO at Gill Media is totally obsolete.
Yeah.
We just need to write good content and manage our reviews.
And according to our research, that is arguably the most dangerous misconception a business owner could have right now.
Good to know.
Traditional SEO is not dead. AI search is an evolution of SEO. It is absolutely not a replacement for it.
So what does this all mean for the back end of a website? Let's say a business owner listens to this deep dive, they write amazing, helpful content, they sponsor the local Little League, and their reviews are flawless.
Doing great so far.
Yeah, but underneath all that, their website's technical architecture is a complete disaster. There's no internal linking, the code is bloated, the structure is a maze. Can they just hope the AI is smart enough to find their great content anyway?
No, they cannot. And this is a crucial point to understand. Without the technical foundation, the clean code, the fast load speeds, the proper site structure, the XML sitemaps, the AI crawler will just hit a wall.
It just gives up.
Yeah, it might never even find that great content in the first place. AI systems rely heavily on traditional SEO architecture to crawl, index, and fundamentally understand the hierarchy of your website.
It's like opening a world-class restaurant. You hire a Michelin-star chef, and they cook the most incredible food. That's your amazing, helpful content.
Right.
You decorate the dining room beautifully. That's your UX. But you completely ignore the plumbing, the electricity, and the city health codes. That's your technical SEO. It doesn't matter how good the food is.
Yep.
If the lights don't turn on, the toilets don't work, and the building doesn't pass inspection, no one is ever going to taste the food because the city won't let you open the doors.
That captures the reality perfectly. The AI crawler is the health inspector. If the technical plumbing is broken, the AI leaves.
Man, that's tough.
You still must focus on keyword research to understand the foundational topics your customers care about. You still need on-page optimization to give the AI immediate context. Internal linking helps the AI understand the relationship between your different pages. And high-quality backlinks remain a massive signal of authority.
So the traditional methods actually feed and support the new AI models.
Completely. In fact, our data shows that businesses with strong traditional SEO foundations are actually the best positioned to dominate AI search right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
They already have the solid architecture. They just need to refine the tone of their content and boost their trust signals.
So the ultimate takeaway here isn't to figure out some sneaky new way to game the AI system. These algorithms are way too smart for that anyway.
Don't try to trick them.
The core philosophy of this Gill Media deep dive is that local SEO is no longer just about hacking your way to ranking first on a search engine results page. It's about genuinely becoming the most trusted, valuable, and verifiable source in your local market so that an AI assistant can confidently recommend you.
Exactly. The businesses that are going to win the future of local search are the ones shifting their focus from optimizing for machines to optimizing for humans, which the machine then validates, provide accurate information, valuable content, and excellent customer experiences.
So for you listening, your call to action is pretty clear. Invest in genuinely helpful educational content. Be ruthlessly accurate with your business information across every single corner of the web, and provide exceptional, real-world customer experiences that generate detailed, authentic reviews. Doing this today is how you prepare your business for the next generation of search.
This raises an important question to leave you with, though.
Ooh, all right.
As AI search becomes increasingly hyper-personalized based on your individual habits, your location history, and your specific preferences, will the concept of a single universal #1 ranking completely disappear? Think about it. In the near future, two people could be standing on the exact same street corner, searching for the exact same local service, and receive entirely different, highly personalized recommendations from their AI assistants based on their past behavior. What does that mean for how we define a target audience when an algorithm is deciding who sees what in real time?
Wow. That completely fractures how we think about marketing to a local market, doesn't it?
Mm,
A #1 ranking might mean something totally different to me than it does to you, even if we are standing right next to each other.
exactly.
It all comes back to being the best possible answer for the right person at the exact right time, being that digital concierge's absolute favorite recommendation.
That's the goal.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Skill Media deep dive into the future of local SEO. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and we will see you on the next one.